Hello survivors, and welcome to We Who Survive. My name is James, and this is episode 3 of season 2 of the Hunter and Vintage story. So I had this little bit of meat and pelt stored away from those hogs I killed, the boars, but I'm in a warm climate and I don't think it's gonna last long, even in this makeshift cellar. I do have to make a real cellar at some point. I'll probably make that when we make the real building. Okay, it appears I can't get out. I have to dig my way out. All right, but anyway, yeah, I'm in a warmer climate now, so everything, even in a cellar, is not gonna last as long, and I don't want this protein and pelt to go to waste. So I'm gonna cook up this meat and eat it, and then I'm probably gonna smear the pelt with some fat, and we'll make some hides, I guess, because I'm not quite ready for leather. And actually, not being around limestone this time, leather might be sort of a problem. It's not going to be nice and easy like in run 1 potentially. I'll have to look into that, see what's around us, but we might be stuck. We might be stuck on leather. I don't know. We'll see. I can't afford that. I need the leather. The leather is good stuff, so we'll try to make that work out. Perfect. I should have just enough fat to do all the pelts. Oh, I'll even have an extra fat. I'm sort of wasting some because I could do multiple small pelts in that case, or hides, whatever. But so it goes. I'd rather just get it made. Now we have to go lay these out. It doesn't have to be outside and in the sun or anything in particular. It's just I have a really tiny home right now, so I can't afford, I don't have a leather room, you know, a leather pelt room. So we're just gonna lay these out here with the extra resources. And there we go, we'll let those dry. So, all right, we have hides on the way. I think those are pelts and we're gonna turn them into hides. I think that's how that works. Okay, and then the meat's cooking, so I'm gonna have to sit here for a minute. I'm not making a fancy meal. I literally can't yet. I don't even have a cooking pot, but that's okay. I got some clay making to do too. That reminds me, we'll have to make more crocks. We'll have to make some ingot molds. We have a lot to make, people. It's the start of the game, but it's going a lot quicker than run 1, isn't it? This is freaking awesome. Alright people, I have all my pit kilns full, so we got a whole bunch of clay stuff going. I got bowls, I got crocks, I got ingot molds, I think I did a watering can. There's quite a bit going. Anyway, so all my pit kilns are full for now, and I'm definitely going to need more clay. But the upside to that is when I was out doing all my wandering, I did stumble into another and much more nearby local red clay source. So I think at this point we're probably gonna go to the clay source. I'm gonna grab more clay, and that's how we're gonna do it, friends. After that, I'm not sure. I'm really just waiting out the charcoal. I can't start working with copper until the charcoal pit's done, because I'm going to need that first burn of charcoal in order to work with the crucible. So let's go gather some copper while we're waiting, and hopefully charcoal's done soon. Look at our place all lit up from the torch holders at the house and the pit kilns going. I love it. The pit kilns, some of them should almost be done actually. Ooh, look at that. There's one down. So I think the one next to it should be done fairly quickly, and then the rest, yep. The rest were started on a different time frame. So we have 4 cooking pots, which is entirely unnecessary. You pretty much need a cooking pot and a glue pot. But I would much rather have them than not, just in case, especially now that I know how glue works. For now, everything is gonna pretty much get stored in here, but this is not our permanent dwelling. I still have to even start the outline of a permanent housing situation. I just want to hurry up and get to crops before it gets too late in the season, but then I need a bucket to transfer water, and I want the correct fencing, so really I need to enter the... Hey dog, what are you doing to me? Anyway, really, I need to enter the copper age so I can do all those things. So, I still have a little bit of a checklist before I start working on the permanent home. All right, we have our crucible and 3 more crocs. That is excellent. All right, we're off to a good start on clay materials, and I just got so much clay. So we strangely don't have to worry about clay, which I think is the opposite of everyone else in the 1.20 update, but we're doing good. The Lord provides, or Tyron provides, someone provides, so thank you. Just waiting on this charcoal pit, and then we'll do a copper pickaxe and a hammer. And I guess now that I have a couple pit kilns, maybe I should do some more clay stuff real quick. Not exactly sure the order or what we're doing next, to be honest, but everything's going smooth so far. Charcoal should be done, folks. I don't see any smoke, and I see charcoal. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna dig this up, and then we're gonna get to pouring our hammer and pickaxe. Simple as. This is we got to get through these crucial steps. Thankfully, I relearned a good lesson right away. As soon as I fired up that first crucible, the first thought in my head is, oh boy, we are going to need a lot of charcoal. So I figured before I even do the pickaxe and the hammer, I owe myself one more full charcoal pit. So I got to get this rolling, and then I'm going to make the hammer and the pickaxe. And then after that, we're going to roll out to the copper bit spots I previously found. We're going to start doing some digging, and we're going to start looking for the veins that should be below the bits. It's not always perfect. It's not always easy. We'll probably miss one or two, but as long as we can find one or two larger veins of copper, that'll be fine. We just need a huge amount to get started so that I can do the so that I can do the anvil and the other biggins, and we can get that out of the way. And then we're just fully into the copper age. That's my real goal. I just want to be fully into the copper age with the anvil and a saw and all the goodies, and then we can start doing the basic preparations of a farm and all of that. So gotta get this charcoal pit going, then I'm gonna make the pickaxe and the hammer, and then it's time to go look for real amounts of copper, people. Copper age, here we come. Technically we're in it. We've poured a hammer, we've poured a pickaxe. We are in the copper age. We're just not as deep as I would like to be yet. I would like to have an anvil. So let's get there. Well, holy cow, folks, this is awesome. We have our very first copper tools already. So I think at this point we're like 5 hours in, 6 hours in, maybe seven. Let's say 6 or 7 hours in, and we are entering the copper age. So I've got the hammer. We don't need that until we're breaking down the ore. Got the pickaxe. Looks like most of my clay stuff is ready. The other ones that aren't ready are ingot molds. So I'll have 6 or 8 ingot molds. There's a watering can there. There's a jug for water, some bowls. We are doing good on the clay making. So I'm now gonna go through and tag the bit sites, site by site, and we're gonna go check each individual site out, look for the veins, and hopefully gather some good copper. And like, we're gonna head into the copper age for real. Not bad for 6 or 7 hours, honestly. I'm liking run 1, or I'm sorry, I'm liking, berries. I'm liking run 2 a lot better than run 1. It's going a lot faster. I know what I'm doing. Knock on wood. Everything seems to be going faster. And I'm not dead yet, so that's a good start. I think I was dead 3 times by now in run 1. All right, to the copper. Let me stop wasting your time and my time. Alrighty, folks, we have copper. Yes, we do. Oh, look at that lightning. Lightning everywhere. It's always storming and lightning, I swear. Now that there's specifically a setting to allow fire, I see lightning everywhere. And I allowed it. So it almost makes you second guess yourself, but that's okay. Anyway, I've got a bunch of copper. I'm not sure exactly how much. Random cave. I do know that I was doing the math and I made sure I got enough for at least an anvil and a few more tools otherwise, so that we can finish the copper age, get to bronze age, make a saw. So yeah, that's what's going down, people. We got a bunch of copper. I don't know exactly how much, but a lot. Looks like we have 1 day left before monsters begin to appear. Oh boy. So let's get to it. Let's get home. We got to do a bunch of smithing probably. We likely should start with the anvil so we can make a saw, so we can make boards, so we can make a bucket to gather water, and then we can make the good fencing. And oh my. I guess this is, yo, this is where that lightning struck. Oh my gosh. That is actually so cool though, to come over here and see the aftermath. As long as it doesn't make it all the way to my house. Knock on wood. Although I guess I'm pretty quickly getting rid of all the grass in front of my house because I'm just using it. So maybe there's a good defensive barrier if I need it. All right, people, I got to get home. We got to start smithing. We have to delve further and further into the copper age. Holy cow, man. For episode 3, I feel like we're doing pretty dang good. So let's keep it running. All right, folks, we are back from the copper hunt. As you can see there in my inventory, it went very well. We got 2 giant stacks of copper, so that should be enough to get our anvil going. And then after we get an anvil up, we can make a saw. And then we should have a little bit extra if we need it to make some spare tools to help get us to the bronze age. Although I will have to go find more copper, honestly. I didn't find as much as I was hoping. A lot of the deposits were really small, and some of them I dug really deep and I could not find anything. So before we start doing our copper business, I gathered a bunch of sand here, and I think that's what we're going to use for the floor in our little hut here. So before I start firing up the crucible and creating all sorts of heat and flame, I mean, we're grassless, but I just want to fix the floor now. So I'm going to lay this sand down, and then we'll get the crucible fired up. We'll probably do the anvil right away. I mean, that's what I need. We'll do the anvil, and then after that, we'll be able to make our saw, and then we can really start progressing forward with the farm and such. And I really need to knock that out before we start getting too close to fall. So that's the plan. Alright, friendos, there you have it. We have a sand floor in our first little hut, so that's good. Our first shelter is now, it's not fireproof, but the floor is fireproof relative to our mistakes. But one strike of lightning and we're done until I can build a lightning rod. So that should probably be a top priority just in case. And I would like to farm, so that'll be crucial for that. All right, looks like the second run of charcoal is ready. I was out there long enough. I want to keep this sand, so I think I'm just going to stack it somewhere. This might come in handy later, either for decoration or design or for something. I don't know. So I want to hang on to it. But most importantly, boy, now that I have a mostly fireproof floor, let's run the freaking crucible. Let's get an anvil going. Let's get going, boys and girls. Alrighty, I have good news and I got bad news. The good news is we have a basket just for our copper and metals. Look at that. What advancements we have made. We're basically NASA. Alright, now the downside. Guess who forgot to have the anvil mold ready in advance? Maybe I already knew that, I don't know, but for some reason in my head, I was ready to pour an anvil. That is not true. So let's make the anvil mold and then I'll fire it. And now I'm sort of mad. I don't know if we're gonna enter the copper age in full this episode or not, because this is gonna take like, shoot, I think this is gonna take 24 hours to fire, right? I think I'm out of peat. I think I have to use firewood for now. I could go gather peat, but by the time I do that, the 8 hours difference, I might as well just light it up with firewood. So I'm gonna knock out this anvil mold and then we'll get it fired. I'm not too sure how much there's gonna be left to this episode, but we'll see what we get done. I've been playing a lot. Like that copper thing, that's probably gonna be a 3-minute edit. That was 2 hours of playing, people. I had to go back and forth on the map so much. All right, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna make my anvil and we'll see where I catch up with you guys. Hey, yo, we reached level 2 in the forestry skill. I assume that's related to digging up charcoal here because that's wood. So it looks like we have multiple skills to choose from. We have a lot of open skills to choose from here off the jump. Dang, and these are all actually pretty dang good. We might start with the basic lumberjack to start, because that'll probably be the most fruitful to begin with. Alright, I think we're going to take the simple lumberjack option, which increases your yield of wood by 10%, and then you can get up to 1% bonus per level of forestry, and it maxes out at 20%. So not too bad, eh? You can get 10 to 20% more wood yield. That's going to be bigger charcoal pits, so I'm about it. I like X skills. It's just nice to have something. It's nice that my work is getting recognized, if that makes sense. Even though I don't recognize it's getting recognized until it happens. Once it happens, it's nice. So I like the X skills mod. We'll see how much it actually comes to help us. But so far, I'm a huge fan, to be honest. Alright, so that's the second charcoal pit done. I should probably get a third one going nearly right away. Not sure if we're going to do that or not, because 2 charcoal piles is definitely enough to get us started in the copper age. So maybe I'll just focus on what I need to, and we'll get started and get moving towards saws and anvils and bronze and all that good stuff. Alright friends, the kilns are going. I can't really start copper till my anvil mold is up. It's June 1st, so it's been exactly a month, but we're making good time. As long as that anvil mold finishes and I can get my anvil, damn it, and I can get my anvil and then I can get my saw, we can start our farm. And everything is looking Gucci, people. We're gonna be alright. I think that's gonna wrap it up for season 2, episode 3 of The Hunter though. Sorry we didn't make a ton of progress. I expect episode 4 is gonna have quite a bit more in store for us. I may be wrong, but I think we're gonna go ham in episode 4. We need to build a farm. And we're not even gonna be, oh man, episode 4, we're gonna be like 9-10 hours into this whole run total, and we're gonna be doing good. So I'm excited. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you giving me your time, and I will see you in the next one. Look at these pit kilns. Fire! Give me fire!